How's it going, guys? My name's Wilson. With the NBA season coming right up, the standing implications will absolutely have an impact on having home court advantage for the playoffs. It didn't matter much to the Milwaukee Bucks getting the third seed and winning the ship last season. Too bad the Nets struggled after Harden's injury late in the regular season. Combined with KD and Kyrie missing a bunch of games, Brooklyn could have easily been the #1 seed, perhaps didn't have to play the Bucks till the conference finals. With a couple players uncertain, here are my predictions for the 2021-2022 NBA standings for every team. Starting with the worst of the worst, the 15 seed Eastern Conference, the Orlando Magic, 17-65 overall after getting rid of Vucevic, Gordon, and Fournier, players that were solid, just not good enough to make serious noise. Full rebuild mode, Wendell Carter with his contract extension. Who knows the futures of Mo Bamba, Markelle Fultz, and Jonathan Isaac. The two recovering from big injuries won't be fully 100%. The whole group won't be together throughout the season. Shocking, Terrence Ross still on the team. RJ Hampton will get his chances. Cole Anthony and lottery pick Jalen Suggs, the bright young guys. The team's simply not very talented at all. Nobody close to all-star level. Last seed Western Conference Oklahoma City Thunder. They're only playing for the last year and a half to rebuild and rack up high lottery picks. Thunder fans must be patient. SGA, the lone talent on the team, the 23-year-old looking to make his first All-Star berth, might have to average over 26 a game. Luke Dort, the other good piece, 21-year-old Darius Bazley showed upside, 14-7 guy. Every other player considered below average. An 18-64 record doesn't seem that terrible given their lack of talent. Any team to finish worse than OKC in the West would be shocking. 14 seed in the East, the Detroit Pistons, a team a season ago finished 20-52, worse in the East, which led to the #1 pick Cade Cunningham. Jeremy Grant went from role player with the Nuggets to being the best player on the team. Saddiq Bey a bright spot, Killian Hayes underwhelming. The addition of Kelly Olynyk will help the franchise get buckets. Cunningham dealt with injury preseason. A year of finding out what works and which young guys will or will not be on the team long term. I predict a 23-59 record, a work in progress. 14 seed Western Conference Houston Rockets, 24-58, a fun awful team. They'll rack up many losses, but the young guys have talent. The attention on second pick Jalen Green, high volume scorer, shall have many 20+ point scoring outbursts. Kevin Porter made an impact getting buckets since the Cavs got rid of him. KJ Martin, Jayshawn Tate in the mix. While Christian Wood played 41 games, averaged 21 points, the 26-year-old likely a trade target for more young pieces. Team already trying to find a trading block for the highly paid John Wall. Eric Gordon's days with the franchise likely numbered as well. 13 in the East, the Cleveland Cavaliers, 25-57. The improvements of Colin Sexton, Darius Garland, and Isaac Okoro just part of the process and experience. After adding another piece in Evan Mobley, the team in better position than a season ago. Jared Allen just got paid, solid role player, while Larry Marketing, one of the forgotten players from the 2017 class, looking to rejuvenate his career. The team still trying to figure out their true leader and seek a real identity. 13 in the Western Conference, the San Antonio Spurs, 31-51 overall. No more DeMar DeRozan. DeJounte Murray and Derek White hasn't been that great. Keldon Johnson will have the best chance at a breakout season. Popovich losing his touch, retire soon, missed the postseason each of his last 2 seasons, even with DeMar. A rare situation for the franchise to be stuck in the middle of no man's land and desperate need of a true star. Easily one of the least talented teams in the West. 12 seed Eastern Conference, Toronto Raptors, after a shocking record of 53-19, the best percentage all time after Kawhi left. The team eventually did slow down, going just 27-45 a season ago. Now with the heart and soul of the franchise Kyle Lowry gone, Toronto was good enough to win games against elite teams due to their experience and chemistry, but simply not talented enough. Siakam hasn't taken a leap after his 2020 breakout year. After his 2020 prime year, OG Anunoby at 24 needs to take the next step. Fred VanVleet will be a 20-point scorer, while Gary Trent Jr. provided offense. Other than that, team has to rely on rookie Scotty Barnes, having big man Chris Boucher, not the strongest front line. Nobody anticipates the Raptors to make the playoffs. A 29-53 record might sound harsh, but they gotten worse from a few seasons back. 12th seed Sacramento Kings, who's been an absolute travesty of a franchise, will miss the playoff setting a record worst 16 straight seasons, breaking the Clippers streak. Team doesn't have enough good pieces, combined with the erratic Buddy Hield and Marvin Bagley, not getting along with Coach Walton. The coaching staff firing will be inevitable. De'Aaron Fox, Tyrese Halliburton, and Rashad Holmes, Davion Mitchell, the 4 nice pieces, but too many distractions and negativity throughout the organization. An injury from some of the top players can have the team collapse. I'm predicting a 35-47 record. 11th seed Washington Wizards being under 500 each of the last 3 seasons. Even with Russ Westbrook, the team 34-38. Now without Russ in replacement, Spencer Dinwiddie, a solid pickup, Kyle Kuzma, KCP, Montrezl Harrell, alongside Bradley Beal, a lot of one-on-one ISO ball. Not many facilitators on the team. I see Washington struggle at first. Thomas Bryant and Harrell simply can't play on the floor at the same time. Defensively, Washington will give up one of the most points. I don't see the Wizards being any threat in the East. A 36-46 record won't surprise me. 11th seed, the Minnesota Timberwolves, extremely awful each of the last 2 seasons. At least Chris Fitch, record 16-25, much improved from Ryan Saunders. Karl Towns had plenty of tough breaks and difficulties each of the last 2.5 seasons, but only made the postseason once by the skin of his teeth thanks to Jimmy Butler. Cat hasn't elevated his presence outside of having high stats. D'Angelo Russell needs to stay healthy. Anthony Edwards, talented. Malik Beasley, 19-point scorer. Pat Beverly, very average point guard. The team simply doesn't have enough to truly be a threat in the West. I predict another missed playoffs. The team 35-47 overall. 10th seed, the Indiana Pacers, the perfect definition of an average team the last few seasons. Franchise hasn't gotten past the first round since 2014. 5 straight playoff exits, followed by losing in the play-in game. Malcolm Brogdon has had plenty of injury concerns. Sabonis, the best player on the team, will continue putting up around 20 and 10. Miles Turner, no big improvement. Karis LeVert, also injury prone. Jeremy Lamb appeared to lose a step after the injury. T.J. Warren slowed down by a season-ending injury after 4 games last season. The team just can't seem to have every important piece healthy at the same time. Therefore, I predict a 38-44 record for Indy. Western Conference 10th seed, the New Orleans Pelicans, a dysfunctional franchise. David Griffin hasn't been great. Inexcusable Zion getting hurt before the season started. Looked overweight once again. The media pressure already trying to force Zion out of New Orleans. The team couldn't get back Lonzo, replace him with Devontae Graham instead. No true playmaker, a lot of Brandon Ingram ISO ball. New Orleans needs Zion healthy to win consistently. I don't see the franchise being any real threat, no real progress. Zion, 3 head coaches in 3 seasons. Talk about dysfunctionality at its finest. While the greatest power forward Tim Duncan, 1 head coach in 3 decades. Zion already 3 times as many coaches. 9th seed Eastern Conference, Charlotte Hornets, certainly a fun team to watch. Went 33-39 a season ago. Gordon Hayward, too injury prone. 20-year-old LaMelo Ball looking like he'll be the best player on the team. We'll set up highlights for the high-flying Miles Bridges, James Boldnight, and Kelly Oubre. No more Cody Zeller, now with Mason Plumlee at the 5. I know for sure PJ Washington's gonna ball out of his mind after paying those heavy expenses. I see a 39-43 record for a play-in berth. 9th seed Western Conference, the Portland Trail Blazers. The franchise won between 41 to 54 games since 2014. Simply not good enough. No real progress. Hasn't gotten better. Dame Lillard simply too much carry load year in and year out. Yusuf Nurkic too injury prone. Robert Covington regressing with age. I don't see the defense being elite. No real addition for firepower. Not a serious threat at all in the West. Couldn't even take a Murray-less Nuggets team to 7 games. I doubt Chauncey Billups can save this franchise from a 500 mark. 8th seed, the New York Knicks, overachievers last regular season, 41-31, 4th seed. Tibbs, the definition of a hardcore Knicks-style head coach, defensive-minded. The guys grind out every possession. Will have to depend on the rise of RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly. Derrick Rose will continue doing work off the bench. Evan Fournier, not a great fit in my opinion. The front line of Mitch Robinson and Nerlens Noel will have plenty of rejections. This team gives tons of efforts, but will they wear down with the heavy minutes logged as the season winds down, given Tibbs' hard-nosed style? I say 43-39 overall. 8th seed, the Memphis Grizzlies, Jarrett Jackson Jr., a fat 4-year, 105, missed 45% of his games his first 3 years, a risky deal. Ja Morant on his way to becoming a first-time All-Star. Dylan Brooks, a heat check guy. Steven Adams provides toughness. The rise of Triple J can help the team improve. Having a very similar roster with no serious additions, I see a 43-39 record. 7th seed, the Chicago Chicago Bulls 45 and 37 overall. The additions of Lonzo Ball and DeMar DeRozan plus having athletic Zach LaVine and center Vucevic will allow huge improvement. DeMar might not be an ideal fit but a good scorer. The defense will be an issue. Alex Caruso will have to play a TJ McConnell type role. Derrick Jones Jr. and Zach LaVine transition slams will be sick. Patrick Williams' second season might be a breakout guy. How will Kobe White fit in? The team will go through plenty of adversities, but way better than the years past. 7th seed, the Los Angeles Clippers, 45 and 37 overall. PG will need to elevate his MVP caliber status for the team to maintain a playoff spot. Eric Bledsoe, a weird addition, won't help the team. Marcus Morris and Luke Kennard on and off, too inconsistent. Serge Ibaka now injury prone. Does the 31-year-old Reggie Jackson have firepower left after an insane playoff run? Terrence Mann needs to have a breakout year given how the team knocked off the number 1 seed Jazz last 2 games without Kawhi and took the Suns to 6. The regular season Clippers will go as far as Paul George takes them, but with PG's inconsistency, there will be times the team struggles. After Kawhi had his surgery July 13, a 9-month time frame would be April, heading towards the playoffs. 6th seed Boston Celtics, a disappointing 500 record a season ago. Tatum and Brown still needs to one-up their game, has to move the ball more, become better facilitators, and get to the line. JT can become a 29-point scorer, JB a 24 points guy. Marcus Smart is who he is at this point. Dennis Schroeder fighting for a big contract. Robert Williams likely the starting center. Enes Kanter and Peyton Pritchard off the bench. Al Horford already knows his role, but after seeing plenty of uninspiring ball a season ago and losing many great pieces the last few seasons, I predict an okay 46 and 36 standing. Western Conference 6th seed Denver Nuggets, despite going 16 and 8 without Murray, Jokic winning MVP, able to dominate Portland alongside MPJ. The Serbian sensation has carried the franchise on his shoulder last couple seasons with heavy workload. Monte Morris and Will Barton the starting backcourt. Jeff Green a great addition. The team not having enough strong pieces, vulnerable, easily swept by the Suns. Maybe Murray comes back late in the season. I say 48 wins. 5th seed, the Philadelphia 76ers. Given the drama involving Ben Simmons, too much distractions, Joel Embiid, not an 82-game type guy, will realistically play around 68. If Simmons gets his attitude right, can absolutely help Philly win more games. But if not aggressive during the absence of Embiid, relying too much on Seth Curry, Korkmaz, Tobias Harris, and Tyrese Maxey, the team simply won't go as far. Embiid, after a strong 2019 year, follow up with an underwhelming 2020 regular season, seems to be on and off. The franchise still trying to figure out the best situation. I say a 48 and 34 season sounds reasonable. 5th seed Dallas Mavericks, the greatness of Doncic will allow the team to win many games. Porzingis been in trade talks, needs to ball out and perform. If healthy, there's no reason why KP can't be Dallas' second option. Hardaway Jr., Reggie Bullock, knockdown shooters, Jalen Brunson, solid backup. Doncic's supporting cast similar to LeBron's early stint with Cleveland, but I believe the soon-to-be 23-year-old will make a strong claim as well of the best players. A 49 and 33 record, not a stretch by any means. The 4th seed East, Atlanta Hawks, 50 and 32 overall, shockingly got all the way to the conference finals. The emergence of Trae Young, Nate McMillan, a proven great coach. Capella can crash the glass, Bogdanovic and Herder can shoot the 3. Cam Reddish still an experiment. DeAndre Hunter, banged up most of last season, can break out. Gallinari and Lou Will off the bench can still get buckets. Will Trae elevate his status, becoming a true MVP candidate? The 4th seed Western Conference Golden State Warriors, after 2 straight missed postseasons, enough is enough. Team simply finished 6 games above 500 a year ago, even with the injuries to Wiseman. Jordan Poole missed 21 games. Team went 2-7 without Curry last season. With the addition of low-risk, high-reward Otto Porter, a former 40% outside shooter, Andrew Wiggins making personal sacrifices for the team, Wiseman a work in progress, big body, and Iggy looked upon as the Udonis Haslem role for Miami, and hungry Clay coming back will likely be rusty at first. It'll make things easier for Steph. I see the Dubs winning 52 games and back in the playoff mix. 3 seed the Miami Heat, better than they were a season ago after a short turnaround plus injuries. The additions of Kyle Lowry, PJ Tucker, and Markieff Morris, all hard-nosed ideal fits for a Pat Riley run team. Jimmy Butler now 32, having Bam at the 5. The sharpshooters of Hero and Robinson, team absolutely loaded. Many nights there might not be a single player to score above 20, all with within the 10 to 18 range, while Vic Oladipo's status remains unknown. Took a vet minimum with the franchise after turning down max deals with Indy and Houston. The Heat super well balanced and defensive oriented, but simply not enough firepower against Brooklyn and Milwaukee. I believe a 52-30 record. 3 seed, the Los Angeles Lakers, a super team extremely loaded with big names. James and Davis entering year 3 together. Russ Westbrook will try to fit in, likely struggle at first, but will have big win streaks come January through March if the stars can stay healthy. An old team just looking for chemistry heading into playoffs. The young legs of Horton Tucker, Monk and Nunn will be relied upon in the regular season. With Melo, Wayne Ellington off the bench, team will probably get rid of DeAndre Jordan soon and have some buyouts waiting. Russ not being a great outside shooter, will he be the one holding the Lakers back? Team too talented to not win more than 50 games. I go with 53-29, accounting for some missed games from James and Davis. The 2 seed Eastern Conference Brooklyn Nets, 58-24 overall. Who knows when Kyrie comes back? Eventually, I do believe Irving will play sometime mid-season. Too much distractions and outside noise. The team practicing without him, still unstoppable offensively with the superstar power of James Harden and Kevin Durant. Both these guys playing at an elite level, even without Kyrie, can still win a championship. Regular season just needs repetitions together. Role players Joe Harris and Patty Mills provides outside shooting. Cam Thomas, a promising rookie, can easily be a better replacement of Landry Shamet. Blake Griffin, a hustle type guy. Paul Millsap off the bench. Nick Claxton will catch lobs from Harden. Bruce Brown, defensive minded, will get easy buckets. Due to KD missing a bunch of games last season, he might miss a couple. That's why I'm predicting a 58-24 record. But if somehow Irving doesn't miss more than 25 games and can play pretty soon, Brooklyn can simply win between 60 to 65. 2 seed Utah Jazz, Western Conference, strong chemistry, not the most talented team, but simply knows how to play together. Mitchell and Gobert have been with the franchise their whole careers, a team that plays loose in the regular season, but come playoff time, will need some more offensive weapons outside of Mitchell. I see the Jazz winning 55 games, but not a serious contender come playoff time. 1 seed Eastern Conference, the defending champion Milwaukee Bucks, 60 wins. Giannis about to enter his prime, casually hitting threes and jumpers preseason. My favorite to win the 2022 MVP. Now that the team has championship DNA, Giannis still wants to get better and knows he's capable of taking his game to another level. Giannis and Holiday each missed double-digit games a season ago. The Bucks are a better team now than they were when they had the 1 seed in 2020, equivalent to a 63-win, 82-game season. Resigned Bobby Portis, added George Hill, Grayson Allen, plus the return of Dante DiVincenzo, their starting 2 guard. Depending how many games Kyrie plays for Brooklyn, if Irving misses over half the season, the Bucks will have the best overall record in the NBA in my opinion. 1 seed Western Conference, the Phoenix Suns, 58-24 overall, having the 2 seed a season ago, winning 71% of their games, about 58 wins accounting for a full regular season. The ball movement and culture second to none, the right ingredients offensively, 4 guys who can share the ball, make the extra pass and shoot threes, with big center DeAndre Ayton finishing lobs and getting easy buckets. Also improved defensively, Booker the go-to scorer, much better passer, will have to work on his defense and get stronger. Bridges the perfect 3 and D wing, Jay Crowder the annoying guy who gets under every team's skin, decent knockdown shooter. Cam Johnson provides a spark off the bench, Cam Payne a good backup point. Phoenix added backup center Jerome McGee, not a bad choice, one of the best chemistries in the league, which is why I see the Suns getting the number 1 seed in the West. Thank you so much for watching this video. Who do you guys think will be the number 1 seed for both conference? What are your thoughts on my predictions? Let me know in the comments below. I talk NBA comparisons, amazing storylines, NBA history, current NBA, and anything basketball that will interest you. If you love the NBA, subscribe to my channel. More good stuff coming soon. I love all of you. See you next time.